Yeah, hi Jay. Till today's class. Haven't you spoke with the person who announced you in the test part? उनसे बात नहीं. Then I don't know. We are going to attempt 3-4 questions from the topics. That's it. Problematic questions. Pattern उससे ज़्यादा कुछ नहीं रहता. From my point of view. Clear है? Good evening, guys.
Good evening, sir. Good evening.
Good evening, sir.
Yeah, I need to talk to you people for on like there are 3 or 4 people in the batch. I don't know if they're understanding the subject or not, but the ratings and comments are like hell. There is like I'm still asking you at any point of time, every point of time, to whether you have understood the point or not. And once again, I'm repeating, I can't help you unless until you open up your doubt and you put it down to me. Okay, if that's not happening, then of course मुझको कुछ फर्क नहीं पड़ेगा. आपकी फीस है, आपकी क्लास है, and you have to get it out totally. तो उसको कैसे एक्सट्रैक्ट करना उसके बारे में सोचना चाहिए कि आपके कमेंट्स कौन देखेगा, अगर देखा तो भी क्या बोलेगा. And as today morning I had a call with the senior instructor regarding these 4 students, and of course I can call them directly, but I don't want to do that again. Once I already did, I don't want to do that. आपको होना चाहिए, अगर क्लास के पैसे बने थे, आपको सीखना चाहिए, तो put out your questions. If I'm not helping with your questions, then you do something, or else I'll exit voluntarily. No problem in that. मुझको इतना तकलीफ लेके काम करने का जरूरत नहीं है. Right, I love this work and so I'm doing it. Don't make it a kind of hell for me. Okay, if possible ask your doubts, if not exit the class. I don't have much to say on that. Yeah, because it's already 3 weeks we are traveling together, right? At least now you don't have uh, what to say, voice to ask your doubt, then what is the point of staying in the class? हाँ, कुछ रेटिंग ना देने के बगैर ओके बोलता है एक तो। प्रॉब्लम दीजिए, बोल दीजिए ये दिस इज व्हाट द प्रॉब्लम आई फेस्ड, दिस इज व्हाई आई डोंट लाइक दिस क्लास, दिस इज व्हाट द रीजन आई डोंट गेट व्हाट ही इज ट्राइंग टू टीच। बोल सकते हो ना आप लोग? हाँ, एंड दिस इज अ रिकॉर्डेड सेशन, ओके, यू विल गेट इट। या कुछ डाउट्स है? फिर से बोल रहा हूँ, इफ यू हैव एनी डाउट्स एट एनी पॉइंट ऑफ टाइम, raise it, raise your voice, or type your question in the chat, or else I can't help you. Okay, I can't help you. At times, classes may meeting like topics may go overhead, but still you have to put your doubt, because it's your responsibility to clear your doubts, not mine. My responsibility is to explain well, and of course, doubts to aata hai, because all of you are not from the background. तो सोच समझ के काम कीजिए. I'm not asking anything else. Thank you. No, I don't want to talk on that actually. आपको कुछ तकलीफ है तो क्लास में ही बात करिए. We already had a talk, and we are dealing with what's going on, and still you don't have the voice to talk over. पूछिए क्या होना है कि क्लास में ही पूछिए. You said it is okay, right? I don't know. Come on, I don't want to talk on this. Okay, let it be. Okay, today we are going to cover the most important three topics, which is abstraction, encapsulation, and polymorphism. Okay, so see here. अगर समझो आप मोबाइल में ऐप यूज कर रहे, you're using some apps on your mobile. Okay, so do you know what's happening in the back end? Let's say this is my app. If I say share button, I'm getting some controls to share with, or else if I say feed button, I'm getting some feed to get it, right? So these functionalities, I know what's going on by looking at it, but do we know what's happening in the back end? Do you know what's happening in the back end?
No, sir.
No, sir.
If I press
No,
on this
sir.
arrow button, why is this arrow getting executed? If I press on this pencil button, how is it helping me to write?
No
Right.
idea.
So basically what's happening here is there is some set of lines, right, in some language, which are described by those particular engineers, right? So that particular code is being avoided from our view, right? We don't know what's going on in the backend. We don't know how is it happening in the backend. And still, we are getting the functionality which we require, right? So this particular process of avoiding the source code to be visible or available, sorry, to avoid the availability of source code to the general user is called abstraction. We are not supposed to. We can add these particular functionalities. We can get many functionalities from this, but we can't. We don't know how is this being implemented. Got it? So in the same way, you know how. So major definition of abstraction is, okay, it is used to hide functionality okay of the function from the users. If your code is available to all, can they copy it and can they produce the same product again? Okay, so what this abstraction helps us do is it makes the user familiar with the functionality of methods. What are methods? As I mentioned it, methods का मतलब है functions, right? User familiar with functions of function of methods but he doesn't know what the function does, like how it does. Similarly, how we are using this interface, it represents the same. We know each and every button functionality, but we don't know how the functionality is being implemented. Is it clear? Okay, let me give another simple example. We all have used smartphones and still using the smartphones, right? And someone said something. No. Okay. So same way, and very much familiar with its functions such as camera, voice recorder, call dialing. We have many options, right? But do we know how this particular camera is being worked? How these operations are happening in the background? No, we know. We just know the point that on clicking the camera, we can take some photos. It captures us and it can be saved, right? That is how same goes with the TV remote as well. So that is exactly the abstraction that works in the object-oriented concept. Is it making sense?
It's a
Okay. Um, acha. If you want to on your TV, how will you do?
switch on and
Use the remote.
Okay. In remote, if you press the red button or power button, only then it is going to get on. Yes or no?
Yes,
yes.
sir.
That everyone knows from the 22 people who are available in the class, all of them knows that how a TV can be on. But do you know why that red button alone will on the TV?
It's pre-programmed, sir.
Exactly. We don't know what's happening over the button with respect to the code part. We just know that that button is going to help us switch on the TV. Right. In the similar way, abstraction makes the user get to know the functionality of that particular method, but avoids the implementation of the method. और कैसे किया क्यों किया like why he did how he did doesn't matter. User get to know only what is the functionality of that particular method. Okay, and why is this abstraction important? Any general idea? Why do we require abstraction? Huh? Why do we require abstraction?
To understand better in easy way.
No, to avoid our code loss. Okay, see. So basically, if I say that this particular pencil can be written by these particular 3 lines, okay. So what you'll do, you can copy or you can take over these 3 lines, and you can make your own pencil. Yes or no?
Yes.
Huh. But what Python does is, okay, this is what the pencil code going to be. You can make some changes. That means we can extend this method. I'll give these 3 lines like a sample code, which you can add and you can make that code as an abstracted part. Okay, no need to get any doubt here. We'll get back to the IDE. Just think that for now, abstraction avoids user to see what's happening in the backend, but it will make user familiar with how the function is going on. Okay, just for the instant, keep that in mind. We'll see with examples and you'll get a clear idea. Is that okay?
Okay, sir.
Don't get confused over here itself. Okay, so let's see how Python. So why do we require abstraction in Python? Why abstraction is important? Because see, in Python, abstraction is used to hide the irrelevant data with respect to user disease, irrelevant data or class in order to reduce the complexity. That means, let's say, I have a class polygon. Polygon, you all know what a polygon is, right?
Yes, sir.
which is having n number of sites. N can be any number. So I'm just giving a method called sites of, okay, which is going to print number of sites. Okay, so this particular class is, if it wants to be implementing the same, let's say hexagon ayata, we have a hexagon class. Okay, hexagon class. Does hexagon have sites? Guys, does hexagon going to have slides? Sorry. Exactly, right. So this method can be implemented in this case. Yes or no?
Yes, yes.
And similarly, if it is a pentagon, the sites method also helps here also, right? So the major functionality of abstract class is that one way we can say that. So this is being an abstract class. This is going to have either this particular function to be implemented. So whenever a class is extending or inheriting from an abstract class, okay, it must implement the method in it. But in inheritance, do we require to implement the method? Guys, in inheritance, not abstraction, in inheritance, do we require to implement the method in it? A has
Yes, sir. Function, sir.
B has 3 methods. No, we don't require to. If B doesn't, A is, sorry, B is inheriting from A. Okay, if B doesn't have a method, let's say here a method called add off. अगर B के पास add का method नहीं है, if B doesn't have add method, what it will do? It will automatically get into A, and if A has the add method, it will execute it directly. But in this case, it is not the condition. We are and we must implement the methods that are available in the abstract class, and we can add some other methods to it, some other methods to this class. But still, whatever the methods, how many methods are there in the polygon class must be implemented in hexagon and pentagon, and what are the classes that are being abstract, that are being inherited from the abstract class polygon. Okay, in Python, abstraction can be achieved by using abstract classes and interfaces. Two different words. What are those? Abstract classes and interfaces. We'll see abstract class first, and then we'll go with the interface. Okay. Suppose there is a class A or animal, and it has a method called sound of that particular animal. And this is an abstract method. How a method can be abstract? Two ways. We define the name of the class, sorry, name of the method, but we don't have any implementation in it, then this particular method is going to be an abstract method. Okay, or else we have a keyword called abstract method, which on defining above the method declaration will state that this particular method is an abstract method. Am I making any sense here? No or yes?
Can you repeat once again?
Okay, no, it is not the way to do this. 1 second, let me get back to VS Code. Sample.py. Okay, first question. How do we implement or make a class abstract? So for that, Python is providing us with a library called ABC. What is that library? ABC.
Sir, your screen.
Okay, one second, sorry. Now is it?
Yes. Yes.
So for the class to be to make a class an abstract class, this is how we are going to do. First, we have to say from ABC import ABC. Okay. So what is this ABC? This ABC is nothing but abstract base class. By using this particular library alone, we can make a class into abstract class. Got it? This is first step of creating an abstract class. After import, what you are supposed to do is we are supposed to write the class name. I want to say polygon of, and we have to inherit the ABC and colon. Enter. So this is how a simple abstract class is created. Is that clear? Creation of abstract class, is it clear?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
So whatever the class that is going to be abstract, it will inherit the ABC class from library ABC. Like small ABC is the library, capital ABC is the class which we are going to use as an abstract class. Okay?
Sir,
Huh?
abstract is like tool है sir Python.
Abstract is what
Yeah,
is that?
Python. Tool.
Again. No. It's not tool. Okay. Is inheritance a tool?
Sir.
In the same way, abstraction is also a kind of OOPS concept. Okay, for the object to be created, we have several methods to access it with. Okay, so out of that, we have saw yesterday one such method, which is inheritance. And today we are going to see another ways of how to ease our coding part by following, by using abstraction encapsulation as such. Okay, it's not a tool, it's just a library which helps us make the class an abstract class. What is abstract again? It will avoid the user to see how the functionality is going on, but he know the functionality of that particular button. Making sense?
Yes, sir.
Huh.
Sir,
Okay, so now let's see. Where am I? Okay, so we have created an abstract class here. Okay, now our first step or second step is going to be, first step to ho gaya. Second step is going to be create an abstract method. Okay, so first way of creating abstract method is def size of pass. Okay, so this is how an abstract method is created. Am I making any sense here? Because see, if there is no implementation, let's say, let me implement other methods. Class, let's start with triangle. Class triangle is now extending polygon. What type of inheritance it is? What type of inheritance it is?
Polygon.
polygon.
Bolo. What type of inheritance it is? Come on.
Child of polygon, sir.
Child of polygon, or else we can say multi-level inheritance, right? ABC is being inherited by polygon and polygon is being inherited by triangle. Okay, so def sides of, and we have to say self in this case because it is under the class. So what I'll just do, I'll just print some values for the understanding. I have 3 sides. Okay, now see in this case, let's say I have created another triangle, another class rectangle. and it is also extending polygon class. Okay, def sides of self Okay, so let's see this case. How we have made this polygon class as an abstract class by simply providing inheritance from ABC, which is nothing but a class from library ABC, which defines as abstract base class. Is this clear so far?
Yes, sir.
Huh. So now see here. So whatever in an abstract class, that means in Polygon, we can hold different types of method. One with the implementation, other without the implementation. Here, def sites of method having an implementation in it. Is it having an implementation? Sites method?
No.
No. Why is it? Since it is not having an implementation, this is going to be an abstract method provided by Polygon. Making sense? Okay, see here. If I don't make the method side of, okay, I'm not making any method called sites from the Polygon. If I run this code, okay, let me just create an object. Mm, uh, okay, rectangle equals to height of. Okay, if I run this code, rectangle dot sides of. Hmm. What's happening here? Huh? Sites of takes 0 positional arguments, but one was given. Okay, sorry, it's my mistake. I have to give self in this case. SCLF. Okay. So is there any output in this case?
No.
No.
So if I say side of, what is the output it's going to return? It has gone through the method called this number of sites provided here, and so it has printed the method in this case. This method has been printed. Yes or no?
Yes.
Okay. So how is this abstraction going to help us? Let me just give you another simple method. Okay. So think about this as a demo of similar classes going to be an output. That means, how can I say a simple words? Okay. So see this. So any triangle, rectangle, or pentagon, decagon, anything is part of polygon or not?
Yes, sir.
Huh. So abstraction has another meaning, which says that it is collection of classes. What is it? Collection of classes. Okay. So in this case, polygon can be implemented by triangle, can be implemented by rectangle. Oh, sorry, rectangle. Okay. So we are defining that if it is extending a class called polygon or it is inheriting a class called polygon, then it must have these following functions. Making sense?
No.
Okay. We are just defining a class which is going to be a super class for many classes. अरे, कैसे बताऊं? Okay, let me just give another example. इसको ऐसे रहने देंगे. Okay, class car of ABC. Now I made it an abstracted class. Okay, so in this I'm defining a method called mileage of self. Okay, if I say pass, this will become an abstract method. If not pass, I can also do this. From import statement, if I say ABC, comma, abstract class method. Sorry, abstract method. If I say this, and on the top of it, if I say abstract method, this will now be an abstract method. Okay, this is how the two ways we are going to create.
Sir, here what is the mean of small letters of ABC and capital letters of ABC?
In this case, you're asking,
Yes, sir.
okay, this ABC is a library which holds several such classes. And ABC is a class which we are going to use to solve this. Clear?
Small ABC library, sir.
Yes. From library ABC, import ABC class. What? Any doubts in this? यार कुछ बात करो तो क्वेश्चन डाल के मिनट रह गया.
सर एब्स्ट्रैक्ट
Sir.
मेथड भी क्लास है एक.
Abstract method is again, see here, just if I scroll over this, देखो क्या आ रहा है, a decorated indicating abstract methods. Okay, requires that the meta class in ABC meta or derived from it, a class that has meta class. Meta class is nothing but a class which is already defined over there, cannot be instantiated. An abstract class cannot be instantiated. That means I can't create a class for polygon. I can't create an object for polygon unless all of its abstract methods are overridden. Okay, you'll see into this, no problem. So abstract method of may be used to declare abstract methods for properties and descriptors. So the main purpose is that it is an annotation which you are supposed to give not to make this particular mileage method as a must and should method to be implemented at times. Okay, I don't think you are getting this.
नो सर.
How do I make easy of it? Okay, let me just say. So you got a basic idea of general understanding of abstraction, right? Okay, now let me just so this is a sample class car, which is now extending abstract class. Now what just happened? Car has become an abstract class. Okay, that means we cannot create an object for car. But car helps other classes to create objects. That's how, let's see how it is. Def mileage of self. If I print something, let's say I will pass this method. By passing this method, this is going to be an abstract method. And def year of. Okay, so def year of and self. I'll also pass this thing. So what I'm trying to say here is, so whatever the class that is extending car class must implement these methods. Extending car class must implement these methods. So which classes are going to use car class? Those are somewhat related to cars itself. Okay, general properties we are defining and saying that. So if you're going to define this, if you're going to use this, you have to create all these methods and you have to use only them. So let's say if I say Suzuki, okay, of, and now it is extending car. So क्या करना चाहिए हमको? What we are supposed to do? We have to implement. If without implementation it will work, but still we have to implement as it represents that this Suzuki is a car, is extending an abstract class. Okay, now what I'll do? Def
Mileage and year.
exactly mileage and self, and I'll just say print something. Mm, mileage is some 25. Year को निकाल देंगे because it is a must and should be. If we write anything, let's say power, तो क्या करना है? Since it is an abstract method which doesn't have any declaration in this particular abstract class, we are supposed to define it in the
Def power.
required class. Def power of self. अभी क्या हो जाएगा? Let's just write something here. Print power is low. Okay, if I'm going to write class Renault. Okay, now again, I'll say this is similar to car, which is an abstract class. So now we have to implement these methods. Making sense here? So abstract class
Yes,
is
yes.
just a kind of, what to say, a demo which we are required to do. And whatever the other classes similar to the car class or the demo abstract class which we created is being extended, those classes must implement those methods and then can have any other method. It can have some other methods as well. Def some sample method. Okay, it can have any other methods, but the condition is we must improve these methods. Sorry, we must create those methods first and then we have to do this thing. Making sense?
Yes, sir.
Huh. Whenever you create an abstract class, we are supposed to utilize those methods. We have supposed to create those methods first in the external class or inherited class, and then we can create the other methods. So as we already know that a class is nothing but collection of objects or a determination of how an object going to look like, right? A class, अगर देखो इधर Suzuki car का class create किया, right? So however, how is the Suzuki going to look like? All the properties similar to that, all the properties will be defined in this class. So whenever I create a Suzuki car, it's going to have all these properties, yes or no?
Yes.
In the same way, this abstract class is going to help us create a class which is going to have these properties. Making sense?
सर आपने ये सैंपल बनाया सर?
हाँ, ये sample अलग है. It is for Suzuki class. Suzuki can have its own methods. Other than the methods in the car class, it can have other methods as well.
Yeah.
Okay, let me just 1 second. Whiteboard, new share. See this. Let's say condition for man, he must have a head, right? With it is under class man. And condition for being a man is a head with 2 eyes, 2 ears, so and so. Okay, what whoever the man is, he's going to have all these properties or not?
Yes.
We can create n number of men from this, right?
Yes.
And men is going to be what? Objects of the class man, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Now see this case. Now, how abstract class going to help is, abstract class is kind of a class which helps us to create n number of classes of same properties and can extend many other properties, but still it must have properties. देखो man को एक head चाहिए and his head must contain 2 eyes and 2 ears. This is a must and should condition. Okay, so if this condition satisfies, he can have many things. He can have a 6-pack body, he can have a family pack. That totally depends on it, right? The similar way, abstract class helps us create n number of classes of different types with these properties, property 1, property 2, and can have its own properties, OP1, OP2, and so on. Got it?
Yes, sir. Got.
Yes, sir.
This is what the main uses of abstract class. Now either taking example go. So that is the reason I have created an abstract class car saying that whatever the car you're going to build, whatever the car you're going to buy, that car must have these properties as a basic. And then and then whatever you want to do, you can do. Okay. So
अगर
yeah, that बोलो.
ये अगर मतलब ये कार के पास पावर नहीं होगा तो फिर भी चलेगा सर?
किसके पास पावर नहीं होगा?
कार के पास?
कौन सी कार भाई? रेनॉल्ट या सुजुकी?
नहीं
Suzuki.
नहीं एब्स्ट्रैक्ट कार के पास।
सुजुकी पास तो पावर नहीं रहेगा, तो कूल है. Okay, so see here, abstract class is just a definition of class. We are not supposed to create an object from abstract class. That means we can't say car equals to car of, because it is an abstract class. Understandable?
Yes, sir.
Huh. So this is what? This is just an index for different classes of the same type, that these are the methods. अरे बाबा जो कुछ भी class हो, if you are of the same type car and if you are extending the car, you have to implement these methods first and then define your own methods. Making sense?
Sir, I have a question.
Yeah, please.
In class Suzuki, the mileage and power methods are abstract or not?
Exactly. Abstract.
They're abstract.
Okay, see here.
Yeah, the syntax of creating the abstract is putting pass.
Without any definition, it will convert it as an abstract method, or with annotation at the rate abstract.
So if the class is abstract, then method itself is abstract.
No, it can have non-abstract methods as well.
So what define this method in Suzuki as abstract? Def mileage and def power.
I don't get it actually.
No, the methods in Suzuki, class Suzuki.
Mm-hmm.
What define this mileage and power method as abstract?
Nothing. In Suzuki, it is not abstract. It is a method.
So the method is not abstract.
Huh? Why? It has an implementation, right? इसको कुछ implementation नहीं है?
Okay, yeah, that was my question first. You said it was abstract.
Oh, from this class, abstract methods must be implemented, and that has been implemented in the Suzuki class.
Okay, so if it doesn't have implementation, then it's abstract.
Yes.
Okay, understood.
And that can be defined only if it is having ABC.
Okay.
Yeah.
But the Suzuki is abstract, right? Class Suzuki. The
No.
methods are not abstract.
No. Suzuki
Why?
is a class.
Yeah, but inheriting from car, which car
exactly. And see, it can inherit from multiple classes. Car is one such class, which is abstract in nature. That's it.
But Suzuki is inheriting from car, na? So
So
it must be abstract.
why? Any do you have that any abstract is happening in this case? Like, let me just show you here what's happening here. What is this symbol? Okay. It is not like that. Who is speaking? Dinesh? Or who is
No,
Imtiaz.
Imtiaz.
Imtiaz? Okay, it is not like that. Like inheriting from abstract class must be going into an abstract method. Like must be an abstract class. No. In this, if we can write def. I just initialize it in the simple way. That's it. Okay, it will have super.init of is already called, but still it is not going to work as it is because super.init of is not available, right? So what we'll do is we'll write and we'll define our own method in it. Self, and I say self dot name,
Equal to
and I pass the name over here. And even SDA class, we have already seen that without attributes also I can create a class. That means if I don't give an init class, it will create its own sample init without any none value. Sorry, without any value to return. Yes or no?
Yes, sir.
So I don't require init. Okay, the only question is car is an abstract class, and so we cannot create an object for the car. But it doesn't show that it is a syntactical error.
Yeah.
Okay, dekho idhar. It is just our ethics to be followed. Car equals to car off. If I run this,
We do nothing. Error.
oh, there is something called expected and indented block. Where is an indented? Okay, 1 second. Okay, I have to implement something here. Print off. Yes, I don't give mileage. Now, does it make any sense here? Any wrong? No, but we have a condition that we are not supposed to write. If we see, if you hover over this case, where the car, this is only right. So the condition is that abstract classes cannot be created, object cannot be created. Those are for info for the other classes to be created. How the class is going to be is just going to be present in this case. So dekho, in this case, sorry, in inheritance part, as they have inheritance, right? So see here, let me just give you an example of this and then we'll get back to that. So we have an employee class, right?
Yeah.
Okay. So employee class is being implemented by developer and tester.
Yes.
And inherited from developer has inherited from employee and also tester has inherited from employee.
Correct.
That
Yeah.
means all these methods in employee can be accessed by
Tester
developer.
and developer. Yeah.
Okay, and also tester as well.
Yeah.
By using super of dot that particular method.
Yeah.
Correct.
Yeah.
Okay. So see the main question is, if this is happening, if I say there are no methods in the tester. Okay, sorry, there are no methods, no implementation of methods in the tester, but still, whatever the methods available in the employee can be accessed by tester.
Tester. Yeah.
Right? Tester dot, and he can say whatever the method he want to access. Is that clear, hai na?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Now see this case. If employee's method doesn't have implementation in it, what's going to happen?
It will. I think do nothing.
It doesn't give any output out there.
Yeah. Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
So what he have to do, if you want to access that method, he have to implement it in his own method, in his own way, in his own class.
Yeah.
Right? That is what a main reason for abstraction. So if I say that this class is an abstract class by providing ABC here. So now any other developer who is going to see my Python code will understand that, okay, car class is an abstract class. So we are not supposed to create a method from the abstract class. Sorry, an object from the abstract class. Okay.
Yeah.
So that is just for understanding. Python is too friendly language that it will even cover our mistakes as a correct part, unless until it is syntactically wrong. Okay, so now see here. अभी क्या हो जाएगा? As usual, we know that if we don't have a method, if we just call Renault dot, if I created an object for Renault, and if I called a method called mileage, which doesn't have in this case, right? Sorry, which doesn't have power in this method. Renault में power नहीं है ना? Renault doesn't have power method implemented. So what it will do generally, it will go to the class which it has inherited. That means that Renault, let me just create the method here. Car Renault off. Okay. Now what I'll just say, print car dot, I can give power off. What is it going to return?
Nothing.
None.
None.
Nothing.
Yeah, none.
Yeah, why? Because there is no implementation
Yeah.
in this case. Okay.
Yeah.
So what? That is the reason Python asking us, Arey Baba, you have defined the class car as an abstract class. So define those methods in your class. So what we will do? Def power of self. And I'll say I have 110 PS power. If I run this, abhi kya aa gaya? Okay, this is a print statement, so I'll keep this out. Okay, so now, okay, it just happened and it is working fine. So abstract class is an imaginary topic which Python has introduced because all the OOPS languages have abstraction in it. Okay, so we are not, let me write the conditions here. First condition for abstract to be class, for making an abstract class. Condition number 1.
Import ABC. Yeah.
Hashtag one dot. So what we are supposed to do? We are not, okay, first before that, we have to import ABC from
ABC library.
ABC. So this is our first method to be, first step to be done. Hashtag 2. We are supposed to create abstract methods. We are supposed to create abstract methods, comma, can also give non-abstract methods as well. That means I can give some implemented methods also in this case. Def size of self, print car. Okay, so now this Renault can also access size of car dot size of. If I run this, so it's not faulty to use only abstract methods. We can also create general methods in the abstract classes. Okay.
Yeah.
So step 3. If an abstract class, sorry, if a class is implementing, or I'm saying about inheritance, an abstract class, what you are supposed to do? Hashtag I implement all the methods in the abstract class. Making sense?
Yeah.
हाँ, तो अभी क्या है? What did I miss here?
Doesn't necessarily means that the inheriting class is abstract.
Inheriting class is
Abstract doesn't mean that, right?
exactly. So if we are going to inherit this class, which is an abstract class, then first step to be done is we have to implement all the methods in the abstract class first, and then go with the other methods. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's pretty much from the abstraction. These 3 points, that's it. Any doubts, guys? Guys, any doubts with the abstraction part? So overall, what I can conclude is,
Can you please explain the third point again?
1 second. Abstract class is nothing but a blueprint of other classes. I forgot this word called blueprint, and so I am struggling from the past few minutes. Okay. So this is what you are supposed to do. Okay, so third point. If a class is implementing an abstract class, that means it is inheriting an abstract class. Let me just remove this. I think it is getting confused. Inheriting an abstract class, like in the above example, car. Okay, so in that first step we are supposed to do is implement all the methods in the abstract class. Which methods have to implement? Abstract method. Okay, all the abstract methods in the abstract class must be implemented in the class which is inheriting the abstract class. Okay. Yes or no?
Yes,
हाँ
sir.
सर
150 line समझाना. 150 line. What happening in on? Bolo.
सर मी दिनेश
Yeah, Dinesh, please. Make some. जल्दी बोलो कुछ.
हाँ.
Hello.
हेलो
Yeah.
सर ये रेनॉल्ट में हमने खाली एब्स्ट्रैक्ट का खाली माइलेज पावर हाँ दोनों लिया है ठीक है
हाँ.
नो 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 ओके सर ठीक है जो साइज है सर वो
It's not an abstract method, right? It has some implementation in it.
ओह यस सर
Okay.
यस सर
So that is the reason it can be accessed in this case. Since there is no implementation in the abstract methods, that is the reason you are supposed to implement those methods first whenever you are whenever you are inheriting an abstract class. Okay.
ओके सर
Yeah, and 150th line, is it clear, guys? That fellow, what's his name? 91782. Is it clear to you?
Yes, sir.
Yeah. So, kuch doubts hai abhi? Any doubts in this abstraction part? If not, I'll go with the encapsulation.
Clear, sir.
Raise your hands if it is clear to you all. Who are clear, raise your hands. If not, I'll just give a brief. Faster, guys.
So polymorphism भी पढ़ाओगे?
Of course, have to write.
So you did not share the link yesterday of polymorphism. Abstract और
seriously?
उसका share, yeah.
Okay, no props. उसमें दोनों ही methods रहता है, समझ में आ जाएगा. Overriding and overloading. Okay, so where are we? Encapsulation. Okay, so see here. Here, there is a variable. Okay, there is no variable in this case. Okay, so in this class, I have the variables declared in the initializer, right? Saying that those are part of that particular class. Yes or no? Hello. I'm saying about this head brain part.
Yeah, yes, sir.
Okay, so whoever have created a class with respect to human can access these keywords, Okay, let me just get back to employee. You can access these keywords easily by saying what he can say, employee.name, and he'll get the name. Yes or no?
Yes.
Employee.age, and he get the age, which is not acceptable when in case of production code. Okay, so encapsulation is one of the 4 fundamental concepts of OOPS, right? So which is useful in packing of data and functions that work on the data within a single project. That means instead of getting these variables directly, what we'll do is we'll use 2 different methods to add the value, to update the value, and also to get the value. Okay, so by using the methods like getters and setters, what are those called as? Getters and setters. If I say refractor, change all occurrences, go to definition, go to declaration, peak, show hierarchy. और इसमें create करने का chance नहीं है. Okay. So there is no definition in this case. Okay, no problem. So let me write a simple method and you'll see. So as in capsule where you get all the vitamins together, in the same way, encapsulation holds the data and can be accessed only through certain methods. Let's say, to start, sir? Hello? Someone said something in between. Okay, let me just give you which example do I need to take? Any suggestions on the example?
सर मैम ने कल इसके बारे में एमसीक्यू दिया था.
वो अलग है, get attribute and set attribute.
यस सर, समझ भी नहीं आया.
एंड पे समझ में आया बोले ना तुम. Okay.
Appliances, class appliances.
Okay, let me just give you a pretty simple example. Okay. मुझे कुछ याद नहीं आ रहा है. Version, a simple example. I just want to see, because I'm seeing this, I got an idea called version part. Okay, so before going into this, let's just get back to our whiteboard. You know how the hacking happens? Huh? What do the hackers do?
Sorry, sir.
What are they trying to get by hacking into your laptop?
The decrypt the
Data.
decrypting.
Data of what kind? Let's say someone hacked your credit card. क्या करेगा वो बेचारा? का password, right?
Number.
And some, let's say your mobile number, and he will use these to get money, which is your hard-earned money. Yes or no?
Yes.
Yes.
So why is this encapsulation came into existence is the parameters which you are setting for a particular class are being open at some particular point of time. That means anyone who can create an object of credit card, he can get the values by simply saying credit dot password or credit dot mobile number. Okay, so that in order to avoid this particular extraction of values from the code to prevent accidental change, and suppose we want to unexpectedly, we said we are adding a value to this, at the same time we are deleting the value from this. Okay, in order to prevent those ambiguities, we have introduced abstraction in it, sorry, encapsulation in it. So how does this encapsulation work? Encapsulation, basically the methods, it is of two types of methods for each variable. What are those two types of methods for each variable? If there are n variables, there will be 2n methods. One is going to be setter method and the other is going to be getter method. Setter method is nothing but which sets the value. Getter method is nothing but which gets the value. समझ में आ रहा है कुछ? Hello?
No, sir.
Okay. Just 2 points to be remembered. First point, encapsulation stores the data and avoids the user to get it directly by using object dot variable name. Okay, and how it avoids the user to get the data by using two methods called getters and setters. Setter is to setter helps us to update the value. Let's say I said student dot name equal to initially Surya, and now I want to change it to J. What I'll do? I'll just say setter method s dot set of, and I'll send the name J. So what it will do? It will simply call the same here s dot name equals to, and now it will replace the Surya with J. Getting?
Yes.
अरे यार कुछ I think today's rating is going to be a disaster. Okay. Let me just write it in the VS Code itself. Okay. Let me just write the simple name. Person. Okay, person is a class which is having two attributes. Okay, for that I'm creating a method underscore init underscore. Let me just remove this. Okay, self dot name equals to name, self dot age equals to age. Name comma age. Okay, these are the attributes we have. Got it? So now I have a method called def display off. That's it. And self. So what I'm going to do? I'm going to print self dot name self dot age. Okay, as usual मैंने person का class create किया. Person equals to person of, and names going to be Dinesh comma age 22. Okay, so now I said person dot display off. So what happened here? So I get all these values from the person. Yes or no?
Yes, sir.
Sir.
Huh. So not only that, I can
Yes,
also
sir.
get these values individually by printing these elements. Control C, Control V, Control C, Control V, but with the name. Is this also going to give the same output?
Yes, sir.
Rekha, Dinesh and 22. So what happened here? One, we accessed the values inside the class by using a method called display, right? And second, we also accessed the values by calling it directly with the names person.name and person.age. Since we don't have an access modifier in Python, there is a modifier called modifiers called access modifiers, which are utilized in other languages. Like let's say, if I want to make this variable as a local variable, okay, then I'll say private. That means that particular variable is totally confined to this particular class. Okay, whatever the variable I defined as a private in other, I'm saying about other language, not in the Python. Okay, whatever the variable I define as a private variable, that will be confined to this particular class only. It can be accessed outside of the class. But unfortunately, Python doesn't encourage such access modifiers, public, private, what are these variables it would say. So we'll use few different methods to control the access of variables within the Python program. Okay, so in order to avoid this miscommunication part, like we are not supposed to access 172 and 173 outside of the code. So this is the reason why encapsulation came into existence. Am I making any sense here? Guys, any sense? A small S will be correct, or else if you have any doubts, I'm just give you a minute. Just think and put the doubts. Any doubts, guys?
No, sir.
Someone send me a text. Wow. What I typed. Okay, I'll type it then. No problem in that. Okay. So our main goal is what? To avoid this particular printing. This particular accessibility of the variables. Okay. So what is our main goal? Our main goal is to avoid the accessing of variables from the outside of the class. तो हम उसको कैसे कर सकते हैं? That is our main question. Any ideas? How can we do that? Huh? Come on, guys. Kuch to, someone has gone through the links, I guess. At least those people can explain this. बोलिए ना.
You can do self dot underscore name. It will make it a private.
Exactly. Okay. See this. If we confine this agent name only to person class, that means by it this name and age, if we use it only in the person class, and utilizing those names outside of the person class by the object created can be banned by making these variables as a private variable. Let's say in your house you have a car, okay, which is your own car. Is it supposed by others to use your car unless until you give them?
Permission.
Right. Unless until you give them a permission, can they use your car?
No.
No, right? In the same way, this self age and name is totally is totally belonging to what? Person class. So unless until we give permissions are nothing but our methods. Okay, permissions are nothing but our methods. So how come those going to work like? Def set age of self comma age. So what I'll do, I can say is self dot underscore age equals to age. So see here, there is a convention called underscore convention, which makes a variable private. Okay, if I define a single underscore, it is meant that the variable is private variable. With respect to programmers, see, let us say, okay, ये बात सुनो. अगर आपको पता है कि like if any one fellow knows that in the next line of your house there is a devil living there, okay, so what he will say, array in that gully there is a devil, so don't go in that side. So whoever staying nearby will get the information that there is a line near to his house in which a devil lives. Yes or no? Who is belonging to that local area? Will they get to know or not?
Yes, sir.
In the same way, programmer code is what we are utilizing here. So if I define a variable as underscore, single underscore, it is nothing but that the variable is private. Okay, a common Python programming convention to identify a private variable is by prefixing it with an underscore. Just to identify it, an underscore, it has a private variable, we are using an underscore. Is this clear? Now, this doesn't really make any difference on the compiler. Even if I still print the values here with the underscore part, it will work. Oh, person is object. Okay, so this is, I need to change this. देखा, age और name ऐसा ही आ रहा है, but still, since it is a predefined authentication, that means all the programmers know that, all the Python programmers know that single underscore represents a private variable. Clear? And so the user who is going to use it, don't use it outside, won't use it outside of the class. Making sense? Guys. This is basically programmer code actually. मतलब programmers ने fix किया कि if there is a single underscore, we define it as a private one. Okay, but if you want to make the class variables, class members, that is methods and variables private, then you should prefix them with double underscores. That means if I use double underscore, then this particular variable will become totally private. Okay. That means, see here, if I want to access these variables, क्या आया था?
Attribute array.
What just happened here? Person object has no attribute underscore age. But is there an attribute available in the person or not? Underscore age? Yes or no?
Yes.
Yeah. So this is what the private modifier helps us. Access modifier. So this particular age can be accessed throughout. But see here, still, if we comment this thing, if we comment out this thing, and if we run this, we'll get Dinesh and 22 once by using display method. How is it possible? Because the display method is in the class and the display method is accessing the variables inside the class. That is the reason we still are getting the output. Is it making any sense? Am I overloading you? Okay.
Sir, can you explain it once again?
I'll explain it. No need to worry on this. 1 second. Let me just write the get days off. Return self dot underscore. Okay, see here. Remember that if there is a single underscore, it is code of programmers to understand that it is a it is a private variable. Okay. Just for understanding purpose. If you have double underscore, Python will understand that this age is a private variable. Making sense? Guys?
Yes. Yes, sir.
Any doubts? Any doubts on this? Come on. Just a private variable and public variable. So see here, since name doesn't have any symbols before it, it can be accessed at any part of the code, after the person class is declared. हम किधर भी लिखे person dot name of लिखे person dot name कुछ भी, it will return the value as it is. Okay, but even if I make it as a private variable, okay, for now we'll just see it. But here I made the age as a private variable by giving 2 underscores before it. So now Python, what considers Python here? Python considers this age attribute as a private variable. Why? Because of 2 underscores provided before the variable name. Making sense? Hello?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So this particular private variable can be accessed outside of the class by a method defined for accessing it. And that method is going to be what? Get age method. And if you want to set the age for this, we are going to set the value for this. We can make this set age method. Why not using the methods for name? Because it is public variable. I can even simply say in this way. Person dot name equal to J now. Okay. And person dot underscore age equals to 23. अभी देखेंगे. So it has set, right? If I run these two as well, something is fishy. What just happened here? So now in order to make these attributes available, I can simply say get age off. If I run this, देखा अभी क्या हो गया? The age is now getting printed here. Okay, but now I want to change the age attribute and then print. So print, sorry, not print. Person dot set is of 24. Okay, now what will happen? अभी क्या हो गया था दिनेश का एज अभी हो गया 24. Is it clear? So we can use a private variable outside of the method. To update the variable, we'll use set method. To get the variable, we'll use getter method. Is it clear, guys? Encapsulation.
सर ये रिटर्न
क्यों?
बताएंगे?
फिर से आपकी वॉइस कम like your voice is missing.
That 174 line, sir.
Huh? Why did we added this return statement? That is what your question.
Yes, sir.
Okay. What is the uses of return?
प्रिंट करने के लिए.
No, कुछ वैल्यू देने के लिए. अरे आपको इतने दिनों से मैं रिटर्न यूज कर रहा हूँ, आप कभी पूछा ही नहीं. Return. Okay. So major use of return is that it is going to return whatever the value we are going to send. अगर ऑब्जेक्ट को भेजा, if you sending object, it will return the object. If you are sending a class, if you are sending a value, it is going to return the value. Got it?
Yes, sir.
That is the reason we are not getting none in this case, because you are expecting a value from this which we are supposed to print, and for that reason we are returning a value from the get age method. Okay, so now let's conclude this encapsulation. #1. What is encapsulation? Anyone? Can you just summarize?
Hide, sir.
We can say that it can hide. Any other?
To keep it private.
Adding methods. So by doing this, what happens? It will increase our security of the code, and it will also increase how we can access the variables. Yes or no? Guys, updating, modifying, or deleting data from the variables can be done through the usage of methods that are defined specifically for this purpose. By using these particular methods, we can avoid changing of variables at any instant of time. Yes or no? If we don't, we're not supposed to change the name, right? Only the person who is having or who is accessing this can change the name, but some other name person who can create a person object cannot change the name. That is what encapsulation takes care of. Okay, so now let's see step by step what we are supposed to do in this case.
The set age is a function name, no? Set and get. Or just set or get is the term.
Set or get?
In line 179.
179, yes.
It's a function name, no?
Yeah, set is. Person is the object of that class, and we are using that object to get the, to use the method set is. Okay. So now let's see the uses of it. We saw how we can, any doubts? Any other doubts, guys?
Sir, anyone can change the data using set and get methods, right?
Yes.
So it's not so secure then.
But we are restricting the accessing of names directly, variables directly, right?
Okay.
Okay, so let me just write the users, you'll get an idea. So first one, it is going to help us get a good interaction in every code. We know where the sequence is flowing and how the sequence is flowing, right? And the object-oriented concept focuses on reusability of the code in Python. And so the encapsulation helps us to use the getters and setters again and again without using any changes. Okay, the application can also be maintained securely, and it ensures the flexibility of the code through proper code organization. That means if you're accessing the code step by step, अगर देखो पहले सेट कर रहा है बाद में यूज कर रहा है. If this is somewhat easier to read, right? Set A's, get A's. Okay, it improves the readability of the code. Any changes in one part of the code will not disturb the another. Okay, so encapsulation in Python is the data is hidden outside the object definition. It enables the developers to develop user-friendly experience. This is also helpful in securing data from breaches, as the code is highly secured and cannot be accessed by the outside sources. And how is it cannot be accessed by the outside sources? You'll get to know when you are into cyber security part. Okay. So in broad idea, what is the use of encapsulation? To avoid accessing the elements. And how can we avoid accessing the elements? By making it private. That means underscore, underscore, double underscore. And by using the methods getters and setters to add and get the values. That's it. Clear?
Yes, sir.
हाँ, अभी टाइम 10:40 हो गया. Okay, मैं आज I'll do one thing. I'll say whiteboard.
So
Huh?
single underscore is only for developer.
Just for understanding.
Yeah. Okay.
Developer को ही मालूम पड़ेगा. If it
Python
is a
doesn't
single
know that
underscore,
it's a private.
हाँ.
Okay.
But Python doesn't know it as a private variable.
If
But
it's double, then it's no. Yeah.
exactly.
Okay.
पर पाइथन में डबल अंडरस्कोर देने से ही वो प्राइवेट.
Exactly. So what is polymorphism? General meaning in English. What is polymorphism? Having several forms. What is it? Having several forms. In Python, polymorphism is totally defined for functions. We can find the same operator or function taking multiple forms. That means, dekho, display, I'm not sending any attributes other than self, but in display, if I can send multiple values, then that is one type of polymorphism. Okay, so display can exist in two different forms in this case, yes or no? One is without variables and the other is with variables. So it is also useful in creating different classes which will have class methods with same name. That helps in reusing a lot of code and decrease code complexity. Got it? 1 second, let me just give you an example and then you'll get a clear idea of what's going on. First हमें class level से देखेंगे, बाद में we'll get into method level. Is that okay? Guys?
Yeah, sir.
Huh. So what is polymorphism means? Morphism. Many forms, right? So let's see how a class can be having polymorphism in it. Hmm. Hmm. I'm creating a rectangle class colon def underscore init underscore. So self dot L equals to length, self dot B equals to breadth, self comma length comma breadth. Okay, so अगर मैं इसमें if I pass another method called def perimeter of self, what is the value going to be? You have to give the perimeter formula, right? 2 into self dot L plus self dot B. Okay, if I say area as well, return self dot L into self dot B. Okay, so this is a rectangle class which is having length and breadth, and we can calculate perimeter and area. Is it clear in this case? So अभी class एक नया बनाएंगे circle class. Okay, so as usual def underscore init underscore self dot r equals to radius okay. So do I have the same naming culture here for perimeter? Def perimeter of self so what is it going to return in this case? 2 pi r, right? So return r. Okay, so what's happening here? The name is same for different methods, but the implementation is different here. Yes or no? Guys, is it clear or not? So since the
Yeah.
implementation is different,
So what is pi?
pi is a formula नहीं पता क्या?
But the variable नहीं बनाया ना pi का radius का.
No, it is already available in the math library. I have
Okay.
imported it. Is it clear?
Yeah, sir.
Huh.
मैंने देखा नहीं था import किया.
Okay. So see here, we can create methods with the same name, but wrapped under different class names. So we can keep calling the same method with different class names, prefix it to get different result. Okay, so class name can be different, method name can be same. So far, whatever so far, rectangle is like, see here, perimeter in the rectangle has its own definition, whereas circle in perimeter in circle has its own definition. Unless until the definitions overmatches, we can create any such values. Is it clear? This particular thing. Name तो कुछ भी रख सकता है, वो बोल लेकिन इतना इतना time I did it. Okay. So now let's see another example. Give me an example of any class.
Book triangle,
What is that?
triangle, sir.
Panda.
Triangle. You are creating.
Triangle. Okay. I'm not thinking about that. I want to create a whole class as in it. One second, just give me a time for a minute. Let me think about a good class which makes you understand the whole thing. Let me show you one part first and then let's get back to the code. तो इधर देखिए okay, so let's say I have a class A with some method A with single attribute 1. Okay, now I have a class B which is now implementing A by inheriting. Okay, so now he want method A, but instead of one variable, guys, are you seeing?
Yes.
Yes, sir.
Hello.
अच्छा है, आई थिंक मेरा नेटवर्क खराब है. let me do one thing. Tomorrow there is a doubt class, right? So what is your exam timing? Guys, what is your exam timing?
It's 6
Six-
o'clock.
5:55 p.m.
It
Is it
starts
6 to 8? Hello.
6 to 8, sir.
Okay, so I think tomorrow we can't take a doubt session, I guess. But still, if you are energetic to take the class, I'll start the class at 8 and I'll end it at as soon as possible. Once you're done with the exam. थोड़ी बहुत लेट से शुरू करते हैं ना, so 9 फिर से I will start the class at 9 and we'll end the class at 10. Okay, in tomorrow's class, I'll give you an overview of polymorphism. Okay, it's not a big deal. थोड़ी matter ही है, like perimeter का कुछ like just it totally depends on how we are going to give the variables or parameters to methods, okay, or classes. हमें class को यानी methods को कैसे parameters pass कर रहे हैं ना, it's totally dependent on that. Just hardly 20 minutes of class. Okay, मेरा network में ही है, अभी मैं mobile network पे shift हो गया था इसलिए. Now Ronald, call me after the class is done. Okay, so now let's do some MCQs part and then we'll close the session today. एक बार अपने आप सारे topics को check करिए. I'll give the links to the coming topics. No need to worry on that. Tomorrow we are going to solve this polymorphism part. Okay. Now let's get back to MCQs. बीच में आप कुछ डाउट्स है तो देखिए.
It will be the last topic of Python, right? Polymorphism.
Yes. No. It is the last topic of. Oops.
I mean,
That's it.
meant in curriculum. They're showing the data structure.
Data structures, huh? After this class is done, data structures will be started.
सर एमसीक्यू आपने पोस्ट कर दिया? अच्छा हाँ आ गया.
First MCQ अभी दे दिया था. MCQ खत्म कर दिया.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Okay. I've given the next MCQ. Guys, mute yourself. Next MCQ is up, guys.
Sir, you created the attendance.
No. MCQs तीनों ही दिया था ना. So fourth MCQ is up. Are you understanding the question which I have given? Are you done with the MCQs, guys?
Yes, sir.
Okay, let's just wait for your friends to keep up. I have another MCQ wind up. Okay, next MCQ is up. समझ में आया वो लिंक? हाँ? MCQ is clear, guys.
Yes, sir.
And मैंने पॉलीमॉर्फिज्म का और कल की टॉपिक टाइम कॉम्प्लेक्सिटी का लिंक डाल दिया in the resources part. Just go through those links. And 1 second, my attendance. Okay, attendance has been created. Okay, any doubts? Okay, let's wait for 2 more minutes, like 15 seconds. Your friends will be solving this. So समझ में आया last में दिया so guys, do you get what I have given in the last 2 MCQs? Huh?
थोड़ा बता देंगे सर.
Okay, so first three theory questions are clear, right?
Yes, sir.
Let's go to the first question. Which of the following best defines abstraction? क्या define करेगा abstraction को? Hiding the implementation and showing only the features, right? So encapsulation abstraction differs as पहले encapsulation is for binding the data and abstraction is for hiding the data. So it is option A. Is we are binding the data, right, using encapsulation, getters and setters. Yes or no? Hello.
Yes, sir.
अरे कुछ तो बोलो. हाँ. So now, which of the following is not related to OOPS concept? Structure and union, actually. Class object is use concept, constructor destructor is use concept, and inheritance and polymorphism is OOPS concept. So the answer is structure and union. Nice, most of the people have corrected. Right. So in this case, what is the question here? So what is the output of this program going to be? The program. Okay, so what is the answer for this third question?
C.
It is 1. The program runs fine and 1 is printed.
Yeah, that's what I said.
Why is it so? Because see here. So we are accessing object.a. We are not accessing object.__b. Making sense? इसलिए there is no syntactical error in this case, and so the application runs fine with resulting output as 1. Is it clear?
Clear, sir.
Abhi for a last MCQ. So which of these is a private data field? That's what I'm asking. So what is the answer going to be? Huh?
दोनों वाला
What is the answer for the last question? बोलिए ना.
B.
B.
Exactly. Option B. Why is it so? In that all the available variables, they're asking that private data field, which is declared with self.__b. That is going to be private. And __a is not a data field defined. It is a variable. Same goes with the __d__, which is also a variable, but not a private data field. Making sense?
Yes, sir.
So the answer is going to be B in this case. Okay. So tomorrow, once your exam is done, CR, can you contact me after your exam is done? Hacker rank में exam का timing रहता है ना? Once the 2 hours are done, just update me. So I'll connect back at that time till we'll complete polymorphism tomorrow. Okay.
Yes, sir.
Sir, I don't have your number to contact.
CR के पास नहीं है. So किसी के पास है तो सर उनको भेज दीजिए ना.
Sir, I have, sir. I will contact you, sir.
Oh, fine.
Yes, sir.
Okay, once the exam is done, just contact me.
Sure, sir. Sure, sir.
Yeah, folks. Thank you.
Thank you, sir.
आज की क्लास में कुछ डाउट्स है अभी?
No, sir.
Okay. And okay, let me give my number to everyone. That's my number. Contact me when you face not at any particular time, but just text me out there. If I'm free, I'll be contacting you. Okay. And beforehand, just I want to know if you are facing any issues, just make a call to me. And apne like what to say, make me understand your problem so that it will be easier for you to get on in the coming classes. Am I making sense?
Yes, sir.
हाँ रुनाल जी आप बात करना चाहिए ना? Call me after end the session. Are you there?
Sorry, Ronald is not there.
I think so. Yes, I'll call. I'll wait her. Okay, let the Ronald know about this. Okay, chalo then, folks. Be prepared for the tomorrow's class by see the problems are going to be pretty basics, which I have already saw yesterday. Okay, don't need to worry about that. All the CCs what you have done, it is kind of similar to those CCs alone. You can solve the assignment in a good way. Okay, so just what you require is think how we can solve it in an easier way. That's it. Making sense?
Yes, sir.
हाँ then. चलो folks, thank you.
Thank you, sir.
And किसी को कुछ तकलीफ है तो कॉल करिए और बात करिए.
Yes, sir. First
Thank you,
message
guys.
कर देंगे sir, फिर उसके बाद
Exactly. I'll call you back. Just say your name that you're from ATNU and that's pretty much. I'll
Okay,
call
sir.
you.
Okay.
Yeah. Thank you, guys. Thank you.
Good night, sir.
Good night.